you guys get to see my process. I should have taken this off. Don't know if you guys can tell what it's doing to the picture. I could literally play around with the angles. I'm gonna go and pose right there. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how I take my pictures. I've gotten tons and tons of questions about how I take my pictures by myself. What do I use? So I'm going to be using my phone just because that's what most people who ask me use to take their pictures. Like, that's what the device that they have. But I do take my pictures with my camera sometimes, just because of course with a camera you get more professional looking pictures, but there's nothing that you cannot do with your phone as well. There's no style of pictures that you cannot take with your phone if you know how to work the settings and all of that good stuff. I have my tripod right here. I'm just going to do a demo real quick. And the length of this too, like, it's really long. I have like, what, 3 levels of this. Oops, hold on, struggle. It does have like three levels to it, right? So this is level 1, and you guys can see it gets up to here, right? Level 2. I could literally play around with the angles. I could also extend this all the way to the top. I've had this for a very long time. You guys can see the height on it is pretty long, and I've showed you guys this in numerous videos now. Is the phone holder. For the purposes of this demo, we're not going to be taking our pictures in landscape mode. We're going to be taking portrait mode. Another cool thing about this tripod that a lot of people might not really pay attention to is this, I don't know if you guys can see this green, I don't know what liquid this is, but this liquid essentially helps you know if your tripod is sitting on a straight, like on straight ground. So I love it because whenever that little bubble is in the middle, then I can be sure that my my tripod is sitting on straight ground and it's not like, you know, all of that good stuff. So we're just going to set this aside. So people call this a clicker or a shutter release, call it what you like, but this is what I use to take my pictures, right? And once you turn it on, right, you see that blue light right there. It connects the Bluetooth on this to the Bluetooth on your device, and the reason why I like this is because it literally connects to iOS and Android. So, you know, in case you're not using an iPhone, you're using an Android, this will work for you as well. I would, as I'm mentioning all of these things, I'm just going to be linking them down in the description in case anybody wants to lay their hands on it, just so that, you know, it's just convenient and you don't need to go and be searching and looking for. If I can't find this exact one, then I'll link something in the description that works as well. If we're using the back camera, we can't see ourselves, right? I know it's a challenge, and I'm kind of working on something that would help us to kind of fix this issue, but until then I always would recommend taking demo shots. Okay, if you go into my gallery, you would see, you can find, sometimes you would see up to 10 pictures of the same subject, even if it's not me. It might seem like it's a lot of work, but trust me, at the end of the day, if you've taken out time to take multiple shots, you thank yourself later. And then of course, when you're reviewing the pictures, like if you take the first, second, third one, you could just look and say, oh, perhaps if I turn this way, if I pose this way, if I, you know, put my hair like this, I'll look better. You just, for me, keep taking pictures until you get what you like. Another thing that you might want to do inside the camera settings is go in and touch on things like exposure, touch on temperature, decide on the dimension, whether you want to take a 9:16 picture or a 4:3 picture, or you want to take a square picture, or you want to apply a filter or a preset. There are tons of features inside most cameras. You just Google your phone specification or just check on YouTube, like your phone specification, how to take pictures with it. Trust me, lots of creators are making specific videos showing people how to take pictures and create videos with specific types of cameras. So yeah, that's something you could definitely do. You could also use AI to search for features of a particular phone and see what you can adjust inside of the phone. So with my iPhone 14, let me show you guys. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this 3 squares up here, right here. So what you need to do is push on that, right? And it takes you to the inside of the camera settings. So I don't know if you guys can make out what this is. This is tone and this is warmth. So if you click on warmth, you know, don't know if you guys can tell what it's doing to the picture. If you move the dial to the right, you start to see that it becomes warmer. That's that orange hue. And then if you move it to the left, you start to see that it's like that bluish hue. I like to take my warmth a little more to the left just so I get a little bit of blue. But of course, a lot of these things you could also adjust when you are post-processing the picture. So another thing you could do is the exposure, okay? You toggle that to the right, you get a lot more brightness. And this is particularly useful if you're working in low lighting situations, or you take that all the way to the left and you take down the exposure. A good middle point would be 0.0. My lighting is not that great here, you know what, so I'm just going to take it up to, I don't know, 0.3. Okay. Another thing that you could do here is timer, right? You could actually set your pictures to take after 3 seconds, okay? After 5 seconds or after 10 seconds. If you do not have the shutter release that I showed you guys at the beginning of this video, then this would be important for you to do, just so that you have enough time between setting your camera to take the picture and then actually going to pose. So we're going to put this at 10 seconds, right? And I'm going to go and pose right there in the corner. One thing that makes for a good photograph, of course, is posing. I always go in after I've taken my pictures and recorded my videos to edit it, and that's just because it's something I've gotten so used to. Of course, if you're using like a smartphone, you probably might not need to go in and edit the picture. I really want a lot of blur, so I'm going to take down the f-stop to 1.6, and then for exposure I'm going to take it up a little bit. Click on this. Before I take a second picture, I'm going to look at it to see if I'm getting enough blur. So I am getting enough blur, but I'm too far away. I really want it to be like a portrait shot. Normally I'll hide like this in my pocket, or literally I've done this before behind my ear, like behind my hair. That's literally anyway, yeah, but this is not showing in this particular picture, so I could just hold it right and just hurry. Very simple, straightforward. Literally all you need is your phone, your tripod, and perhaps your shutter release and maybe lighting. But if you're outdoors, you don't need any lighting, of course, because you have all of the advantage of natural light. All I would say is learn how to pose, I guess, and just try to take advantage of your background. So when I say take advantage of your background, if you are in a spot that has really nice walls or nice greenery, or just something cute or different, you might as well just stand in front of it and test to see what type of pictures that you could come up with. You could also play around with the portrait settings if you want to get that blur in the background, and then you could actually go in and post-process your pictures too. So you could change your big pictures to black and white, make the contrast a lot more pronounced, make the saturation a lot more pronounced, or just add a preset or a filter over that picture if you're going for a particular tone or style. But outside of that, yeah, pretty much simple and straightforward. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Also, if it's your first time here, please do not leave without subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.